I'd like to please now welcome the victorious Danial Williams. What a performance that was. First and foremost, talk us through the haircut, mate. When did you have time to get that done?
I actually got it down today at I think it's Bad Company Royal Haircut. Usually, I'll get it before I leave, but because we're not in quarantine anymore, I just thought, I'm going to get it in Singapore the day of the fight. And that's sort of something I've done for years. It's just a pre-fight ritual. Get the haircut, don the mini tee, we call it, or the murder tee, and that gets me in the game face. That's when I start thinking really hard about the fight, and I put on the mini tee act.
So that's your war hair?
Yes, exactly. I got the dirty Aussie mullet.
How pleased are you with that? That must feel very satisfying, having put in the work and seeing the result.
Yeah, look, some of the ground stuff paid off. Staying patient was the key if we're going to the floor, because I'm still a blue belt, and I'm in like the world class top strawweight division now. So we knew it was going to be difficult on the ground because I still got a bit of work to do. But the plan was to try to stop him in the second round. That's what I said to people. That was the game plan going in, and I was kind of spewing it didn't happen. Hey, when the second round went, I'm like, oh god damn it. And then obviously get my back taken, just staying patient. He was really tight, so I couldn't take any risks because I needed to get that win. And I know the fight's judged by its entirety. So, sorry fans, I wanted to get that TKO in round 2, but I'm only going to get better now. I'm glad I got the win at least.
How much respect do you have for his chin? Because you were cracking him with some big shots.
Yeah, oh man, he's good. He's very shifty, and that's what we expected. He moves a lot. And I did bugger my hand again. The thumb is really swollen now, so I can't actually clench a fist. So I did play a part in trying to just keep throwing it and then doubling up my shots. But yeah, it is what it is. And now I'm just going to let it recover a little bit and then just go through the tape again and see what I need to work on. Because, the top 5 division in my division, the top 5, they're dangerous on the ground. So I got to keep working now.
He moves in such a unique way. How did you find him in there, and how did you prepare for that?
Yeah, it's we thought he was going to change a little bit more stance, but he was definitely trying to set up that shot. So it was a bit unexpected and very unpredictable. So he is quite talented. I know he came off a loss and he's been spending a whole year in the US. Training at alpha male, so we always knew it was going to be a tough fight. But I thought I did have him in the second round, and I probably rushed the gun a little bit, trying to get that 50k bonus. I should have let him stand up and then just pick my shots a bit more. But like I said, it's just all a learning curve, and I just feel like I'm getting better each fight, and I know what I need to work on. And come Monday, I have a bit of time off this weekend, but seriously, man, I got work to do now. So straight into the gym on Monday.
How do you feel you are in terms of where you want to be right now? In terms of your ability, your development, your fight IQ and everything in MMA, where are you at, do you think?
I'm at a comfortable place where I know I'm going to get better because each fight I always level up. So that was a really good fight experience to me, just to know where I need to work on, because it's only going to get harder and harder. So right now, getting a bit more action on the ground. Try not to be too defensive, because now when just looking at a little clip, I'm I probably was a little bit too defensive on the ground, but really there's moments I should have exploded. But I'm comfortable that I know that I'm going to get better each fight. So now having that experience, I'm okay, I know what I need to work on, and I know the positions I need to explode out of, and the ground game stuff, I'm just going to keep working on it.
You spoke about you're already in the top 5 at Muay Thai. You spoke about wanting to crack the top 5 for MMA. How are you going to do this? What's the plan? Is it difficult to sort of focus on both? What's the mindset? What's the priority?
So the priority is still probably working on the ground, but I just feel so comfortable with Muay Thai. I know I can stand and bang. I'm a tough dude. I can take some shots. Anyone in the top 5 they give me, I'm going to be quite comfortable and confident in there. And Pk.Saenchaii is the champ. He's hands down the greatest 57 kilo fighter you can actually fight right now. And he's never really fought a different sort of foreigner. He's so used to that Thai game. So I'm really confident if I had a fight like that, or anyone in the top 5 division, because I believe it's a little bit dead, and he's the guy to beat. I don't think many people beat him. I think I'm the only one that's going to give him a real good challenge and take his gold. But of course, I got work to do in MMA, so that is my priority at the moment, because if they throw me a top 5 guy, it's going to be hard, man. And I need to improve what I've just done now. So that is going to be my priority with training. I still sort of make it 80% MMA, 20% Muay Thai. But yeah, the drive is definitely do a little bit more MMA based training, but still sort of sharpen my tools in Muay Thai as well. Because like if one championship want to throw me Muay Thai or MMA, I'm going to take it.
Jeremy Miado seems like a very astute call out for you. He's just come in at number 5. He's on form, but he seems like a guy who would give you a great fight on the feet. Is that something that you've put some consideration to?
I just like his style, and like I'm here to put on a show for the fans, you know, like the fans want to see action. Sometimes in the strawweight division, these distant fights, like it can get a little bit, I mean, not boring. Like there's definitely a whole showcase of skills, but like I'm here to put on the show for the fans, and Miata is going to be the guy that's going to give it to me. He's a really good striker, and he picks his shots. You know, he knocked out Dejmarong as well, even though Dejmarong came back later, and he just won his last fight, so his name's up there. So that's why he was an interesting fight that I picked. But yeah, honestly, whoever they throw at me, I'm going to take it.
How pleased were you when the bonuses started to become more prevalent in one? Because I know you said you were trying to go for it tonight, but it seems made for someone of your style.
I know. That's why after that second round and when that bell went, I'm like, oh God, I didn't do enough. Like if I got him in that second, I guarantee I would have got it. And like this camp, man, I really sacrificed my income just to train a bit more. And it's just one of my goals just to get like a bit of financial gain in this sport. So I can actually use that money to improve on my skills, you know, get the PTs with the grapplers, stop a little bit of my work so I can do like full-time training. It will just improve me leaps and bounds. Like when I did Muay Thai camps in Thailand, I was purely there for training. My level went from here to here. And that's what I want to do in MMA now, because it gets really hard trying to make an income for yourself and pay off bills, you know, my house, still go to work. So it would be a huge bonus to get it. But yeah, I know I got work to do.
Was there ever any doubt that you would get the decision? You've seen all sorts happen in this game. Was there any doubt when they're reading the scores out?
I was pretty confident is if they judge it in entirety, right? So I didn't feel like he worked enough. But hey, if they gave it to him, I would have been like, okay, the back control definitely got it for him. But at the same time, I didn't feel like I was getting in too much danger. And I felt like he should have worked a little bit more if he really wanted to win, because this is one championship. You got to work and you got to earn your spot. So I was pretty confident I get the decision, but I was really disappointed I didn't get the stoppage. So yeah.
Did you think he'd be more willing to stand and trade with you?
Not after the second round. Well, to be honest, when he shot on the first time, I'm like, okay, maybe like the first round I thought he was going to stand up a little bit. He caught me by surprise with that shoot, and that's where I thought the fight was going to go. So it made me sort of stop my striking a little bit. So it was quite smart from him. But yeah, okay, initially I thought he was going to strike a bit more, but then after that first shot, I'm like, okay, we're in for this type of fight. He's going to be shooting at me. He doesn't want to stand and bang.
Who's the one guy in one championship that's sort of a man or woman after your own heart who you really respect in terms of being exciting and their philosophy of fighting?
Oh, there's quite a few. There's a huge roster, right? I like the guys who go for the finish. Obviously, Muay Thai guys like Liam Badko, he's very exciting. Always a good fight to watch. MMA, I really like Tan Lee. I think he's a beast, man. He just goes in there and stops guys. He's very, very exciting. So he's one of the fighters that I like watching.
Do you think Tan Lee's the best 145er in the world right now?
That's a good question, man. I really would like to see him fight Volkanovski. Obviously, Volkanovski is from Australia, and like I've trained with him a little bit as well. But I would love to see that fight, because I just think Tan Lee is really underrated in the world. Like, he's just stopping guys left, right, and center. So for him to fight someone like Volkanovski, like that cross promotion fight, damn, man, that would be insane, because it's a really hard one for me to pick. So yeah, I do reckon he is the best, to be honest. But the other obviously Volkanovski is the best as well, on a bit of a win streak. So it's one of those fights would be freaking amazing, man, just for martial arts in general.
Yeah, a lot of people hailing Volk as one of the best ever. What was it like to train with him? Did you pick up anything off him in terms of his approach?
Just his will to train. He just grinds. So he's just a hard worker. So yeah, just seeing that, it just shows that's what you got to do to be at the top. You got to put all your effort into it, and that's going to be your sole focus, and that's what it takes to be a champion.
This seems like a really big night for the strawweight division. We've got Bulat getting a huge win against the former champ, number 3 guy as well. At the time of recording, we don't know what happened with Brooks and Bokang, but how close an eye are you keeping on those two?
Yeah, I would like to see the Balart fight. I saw a little bit of it. He's a wild swinger, and he's obviously like takedown defense is amazing. But yeah, I really want to see the Brooks fight because Bokang and Mastignani, they're the top wrestlers and they're very exciting fighters. So I'm definitely going to look at them because they could be future opponents of mine.
How do you feel about the prospect of going against a guy who's very, very wrestling focused like Bullard?
Oh, that'll just make my camp change and that will make me improve. So a fight like that would be very exciting. And I know I'm going to have to fight these wrestlers now. You look at the top five, yeah, most of them are wrestlers and grapplers. So like that'll make me change my camp and improve on skills. So it's always a win-win for me, no matter who they put in front.
In terms of Brooks, a lot of people talk about him shaking up the division. Is he someone who's got your attention, both in terms of his skills on the mic and what he's produced in terms of his performances?
I think the division needs someone like him, just a bit of a bad mouth and a bit of a bad guy. Like, look, he's a respectful guy. I've seen him around the hotel. Like, I know he's trying to build up fights, which is really cool. So I think he brings excitement to the division to start calling him out. And it'll be fun fighting him because it'll just be back and forth banter, I think. But yeah, I think it's good having a guy like him in the division just to put more eyes on it.
And I know you said you'll take Muay Thai, you'll take MMA, but if you had the choice, if you pick your next opponent, who would it be and when and in what discipline?
I'd love to fight Pk.Saenchaii for the world title. I reckon that'll be sick. Just two crazy strikers. Like I said, he hadn't fought someone like me before. A little bit of a different style of Muay Thai. He's only fought the Thai guys. And I don't think anyone in the top five in the Muay Thai will sort of give him a big challenge. So yeah, that would be, if I could just pick one fight, that'll probably be it.
And then in MMA, Miado's the name that makes the most sense for you?
Of course, I want to fight Pacquiao as well, but yeah, I got to earn my spot. That's only my second MMA fight. Dej Marong, it was really cool because he stood up, so he had a real big Muay Thai battle, and he was on his way out. So I'm not going to be like, oh, you know what, I need like the number one guy already. I know I have work to do, so I'm happy to be patient, and I got time there. So yeah, Muay Thai, I feel I can go to the champ straight away. MMA, top five is Miado, and then yeah, the other guy, I don't know, it's probably going to change a little bit. So I know I got time and I know I got work to do in the MMA. So yeah, it's yeah, I'm not going to be that loudmouth to shout out Pacquiao or whatever straight away because it's my second MMA fight. And look, I got work to do.
And how soon are we going to see you back in there?
Well, I let my thumb heal a little bit, so hopefully no longer than 3 months. I'll get it checked out. And I just want to get back in there because I get better when it's like shorter. I don't like having these long layoffs because you just don't improve that way. And if I look at anything from my previous experience with Muay Thai, when I was living in Thailand, fighting every 3 weeks, my level just kept going up. So I want to get back there as soon as possible, but I got to be smart, probably just take a month off to see how this goes and then see what they throw at me.